Audience, hello, lovely. Right, just before we finish for lunch, we're going to round off things. This morning we've looked at sort of engagement and affiliate marketing and advertising and all those sorts of engagement strategies. We're going to build on that to a huge crescendo before we sort of adjourn for lunch, looking at acquisition and engagement strategies, some of the different ways you can do things and drive more traffic, make more money. So we've got a couple of presentations and then we'll have a little discussion. You can ask questions, be all interactive. Yeah, that will wrap things up nicely. So without further ado, let's kick off. I think hopefully we're going first with Karen from Kimia, I believe, who's going to be looking at making sustainable profit and performance networks. So Karen, all yours. Do you want to do yours standing up? I believe, don't you? There you go. I'll give you the podium.
Thank you, Paul. So like Paul said, my name's Karen Schuler. I work for Kimia Group. We're an online advertising group with a base in mobile VAS. We've been around for 12 years, and we serve the market through a mobile performance network called ARMOR, as well as a direct traffic acquisition company called BidsMind. So I hope some of you in the room today actually have mobile VAS services. And if you're sitting here, you've probably been through the past year and a half that have had some trouble times on the industry. But you've made it through that storm and are coming out on the other side. So today I'm going to touch on some key areas to keep in mind when you're working with acquisition partners and able to achieve users that are going to give you those LTVs to hit your ARPU objectives and actually make money back on your marketing investments. So over the past year or a year and a half, we've kind of seen the ecosystem become a bit more complex. There's been an explosion of partners to work with. There are small local mobile performance networks, groups of media buying agencies, traffic networks, Arise and social and search. And a lot of content providers or service providers have begun to bring that user acquisition team in-house. And while that's still a viable option, third-party partners actually still play a really important part in that mix just due to the efficiency and the scale that they can bring to your businesses. So today I'm going to talk about using acquisition partners, the role of technology, and the additional revenue opportunities. So like I said, when looking at partners to partner with for acquisition, if we look at mobile performance networks or media buying groups, this is an attractive model for the service provider because you're paying for actual acquisitions. There's no money lost on clicks or impressions that don't convert. You're actually being handed over a sale. And while that's fantastic, you need to make sure that these users that you're buying are actually going to make those ARPU objectives and make it a profitable sale for you. So when you're looking to partner, there are a couple of things to keep in mind to make sure that you're really working with partners that are going to be able to provide you with a quality user. So when we're looking at performance networks, some of the things to keep in mind when you're just choosing from the performance networks, you want to make sure you're working with a network that's really core vertical is mobile VAS. There are literally hundreds of networks out there. They vary in the vertical that they focus in. It doesn't make sense to work with somebody that's not mobile VAS. These guys are going to know the aggregators. They're going to know the operators. They're going to be able to have a global view of what's going on in the marketplaces in terms of trends and be able to feed that information back to you. It's important to think about the years that your partners have been in the industry. This is going to allow them to have achieved a reputation in the industry, have secured long-term quality partnerships with publishers. Traffic sources. This is also an important topic. You want to know where is the traffic coming from your partners. So are they working exclusively with affiliates? Do they work with direct publishers? Do they have an internal media buying team that allows them to keep control over the traffic? Again, I mentioned the internal media buying team. Again, the more control you can have over the traffic, the better. Optimization options. So what kind of technology are these guys using, enabling you to make sure you have the best quality traffic to your offers? So that will include, are they working with algorithms? Do they offer traffic source IDs? Are you able to optimize on those traffic source IDs with whitelists and blacklists? And then obviously in today's environment, anti-fraud measurement. Everybody that's working in the value chain is implementing anti-fraud, from the aggregators to the operators, the content providers, as well as the acquisition partners. So really quickly to run through, again, it's a little bit different when you're dealing with media buying teams, but some of these points are the same. Again, working with a media buying team is really going to allow you to have the maximum amount of control that you can over the traffic, you know, the closest thing to buying it internally. But what these guys are going to bring along with them is the technology and able to really provide you with scalable buys. So again, make sure they're focused in mobile VAS. They're going to know which DSPs, which exchanges, which traffic sources work best on specific type of products, what ad formats are the ones that are converting. They'll know about creatives and landing pages and what works best for each of the individual offers with those traffic sources. You want to be sure that your partners are actually connected directly to the exchanges and to the search and social networks as well. The closer they are to the actual traffic source, the buy is going to be more efficient, more scalable. They're going to be able to optimize better on it. And then optimization techniques. So how are they buying? Are they able to buy programmatically? Do they have technology to make large scale buys? Can they optimize in real time, making whitelist and blacklist on that traffic? That's that. Okay, so this brings me to my second point, technology. So the technology part of this is really the game changer. This is going to decide how far you go and how fast you get there. So some things to think about when you're speaking with partners and how they're utilizing the technology to optimize your campaigns. I think that, you know, carrier, device, handset, these are just like barriers of entry to be working with a partner now in mobile VAS. If you really want to get kind of those quality, long-standing users, you need to get much more finite in the targeting. So that can include things such as time, the vertical that the traffic is coming from, down to city and state zip codes, language of the telephone. As service providers, your main objective is to get the largest amount of content that's going to perform best on your particular product. And this is where the algorithms come in. Companies are using algorithms to efficiently distribute the traffic in real time, which should be happening in real time. And this is going to ensure that you're actually getting that traffic match specifically to your product at the largest volume possible. Churn reduction is something everybody loves, makes us all look better. So in the same way that service providers fire off a pixel when they actually make a subscription, they can do the same for an unsubscription. And feeding this information back to your networks allows them to, in real time, cut off those high churn sources. Another thing to think about is using this performance-based technology on your creatives. Your banners and your landing pages, these are your showpiece. It makes your customers decide, are they going to buy your product or not? You can use that same technology, the performance-based technology, around your creatives to be sure that the highest converting pages and banners are the ones that you're showing to your audiences. And programmatic capabilities. I mean, we talked a lot about kind of the changes in the industry and the different traffic sources that are becoming in. The whole industry is moving towards programmatic. It's important to know that your partners are able to buy programmatically. And again, everybody's favorite topic these days is around the fraud piece. So I'm going to speak a little bit here just to give some examples. So this is some of the things that we've implemented at Armor Ads or Kimia. So things that are, you know, come with the package of all the traffic that comes through. Anti-iframing. These are scripts that live on our platform, but as well, we provide them to the content providers. So they're able to block any iframing happening on their pages. Malware APK and bot detection and deferral. again, this is something when you're working with a company that's been in the business for a long time, they're going to have databases that have been built up over years and years in the industry, and this is really important. As well as using machine learning technology to be able to identify those patterns in real time and block any of that traffic. Just to give an example with bot detection, in a 24-hour period at Kimia, we're able to detect up to 70,000 distinct patterns of bots, and that's just in one day. Using unique user optimization information, such as, are the users out of geo? How many times have they clicked? Is it a repetitive user? Using this again to block undesirable users. Instant churn rate management we touched on. Getting rid of large volumes of traffic that are causing you costs for infrastructure and opening up the door for fraudulent traffic to enter. You can identify some of these traffic sources that are coming in, they've been proven not to convert on your product, and stop them from reaching your service. Key performance indicators are things such as the click-through rate, the conversions, the ECPM, anything that seems like it's a little bit out of the field, you're able to detect it in real time. Referral URLs, again, this kind of goes back to having a long-standing database to work from, but being able to identify some of these sites that you don't want traffic coming from to your services. And click verification system. This is a piece of script that we actually work with our service providers, and they're able to put it on their servers in order to protect against multiple malicious clicks. So now hopefully we've all done excellent. We've chosen the right acquisition partners. Your business is up and running and being profitable. There are a couple of additional revenue opportunities that you can work with your partners. So some of these being exclusive offers. Providing your acquisition partners with exclusive offers is going to give them the opportunity to make special promotion around it, buy specific traffic to it, and give them an advantage in the market. Rewarding some of those high quality publishers. As much as we use traffic IDs to identify the guys we don't want, we're also identifying who are the publishers that are actually driving the high quality traffic and paying them a higher CPA on it. White labels is another option. It works best when you're working with a team that has the ability to buy in specific traffic from their own sources. And again, this allows you the opportunity to not only just share in the risk of the acquisition and also sharing in the revenue with your partners. So here, an additional revenue opportunities. Of course, the main objective is to make your revenue on your own products. But sometimes that is not always possible to monetize every single click that lands to your landing page. And there's no reason, you shouldn't make some additional money on those users as well. They've actually visited your site. So some of the things that are available are remnant traffic. So if a user visits your site, but they're out of geo, they might already be already subscribed to your services. You have the opportunity to monetize that traffic with your partners. Backlinks, where it's allowed by the operators, to be a little bit careful. But if that's an opportunity, why not monetize? And unbillable users. There's a problem with your gateway. They don't like the certain customer that's coming through. Again, reutilize the traffic and try to monetize with a different partner through your partners. So that was my little spiel on kind of things to keep in mind when you're choosing acquisition partners. I think there is still very much room to work with third-party acquisition partners, but more now than ever, you need to be careful with who you're working with and make sure that you're entering into a relationship that's going to actually provide that long-term sustainable growth and not the big boom and bust that may have happened in the past.
Brilliant. Thank you, Karen. Excellent. Unless there's any specific, is there any specific questions for Karen? Because we will have a sort of discussion after we've seen the next presentation. So let's move on to Leon from 12Cash, who is going to be talking about smart links, which sort of builds a bit on some of the additional revenue opportunities that Karen was talking about there.
Yeah, exactly.
So a nice segue there. So I talked to Leon about this at the Affiliate World Europe event in July. It's it's really interesting. So this is good once we get it up and running. There we go. Right, Leon.
Yeah, all right. Thank you. So basically, I'm going to zoom in on the last part, the remnant traffic, how you monetize it, how you actually work with smart links. You hear a lot about smart links. How smart are they? And what can you do with it? And how does it exactly work? I still talk regularly to advertisers, content providers who are just starting to do something with the remnant traffic. And they're commonly always super surprised about the results they do with the smart link. Something about our company. We're a sister company of Telefuture. We're founded in 1986. Seriously, back in those days, we did other stuff than carrier billing. The company history is like we came from PRS, ringtones, IVR billing. Today, we are a billing aggregator called Globway. We are a direct advertiser called Telefuture. And we have a network. We started actually by developing an algorithm to deal with our own exit traffic. We jumped on the opportunity of, hey, what to do with people who want to leave the page, people that are unbillable, remnant traffic. We did that manually and already saw like, wow, that's actually a very simple and easy, great revenue stream. So we started to develop an algorithm. Good algorithm, made us a lot of more money, and we were like, hey, why not just put it on the market? We have a lot of experience, and so since recently we opened the marketplace with in-house and exclusive offers, and of course our powerful smart link. I work for Telefuture since 2012. I'm the founder and general manager of On2Cash. What I'm going to talk about shortly, how does it work? How should it work? How smart are smart links? Because there's also a lot of companies around having a smart link, but how smart are they? Optimizing waste, cheap traffic, and use smart links to find the best offers, because a smart link is also a great tool to find the offer, to optimize instead of manually just send some traffic to a smart link and let the algorithm figure out what works best. So how does it work? Just for the newcomers, a smart link filters different traffic segments to corresponding offers and valid offers. And with valid, I mean like, can it convert? I mean, if it's an operator, you get traffic from an operator and it doesn't support carrier billing and you don't have a proper payment solution in place, then how to convert it? Here's an example. You run a service in German language and also buy traffic in Switzerland. German is spoken by 62.5% of the population, but what about the other Swiss people that speak Italian, French, or some other very romantic language? You could filter that traffic on browser language and send all non-German traffic to a smart link. The smart link will identify the location, the language, the user agent, like anything which is possible to determine what kind of profile user this is, and assign it to another offer. In this case, a segment could be Switzerland, French-speaking guy, LTE connection, Swisscom, Android, Opera. That's a profile, and we can find a better offer for this profile. Of course, if you can convert it yourself, fine, but even if you buy traffic for a specific segment, you get waste. And actually, it's very interesting to make some more money out of that waste. So that's how a smart link works. Looks a little bit like this. Traffic source comes in, all kinds of detection going on, and it decides based on that detection and on its experience, because it's a self-learning algorithm, where it should go to. What offer has the best chance to make it work, to convert? Well,
and
here I have a little video how a smart link should work.
Again, let me
60 seconds.
Numbers 23, 7, 13,
If it starts.
34.
So you're one of those people that refreshes a lot.
And bonus number
And of course, getting traffic in is easy enough. But conversion?
Join me again in just a few moments.
You have to break away from the refreshing to handpick the best advertising. This? Maybe. Full of anticipation, you hit refresh again, and really? That's it? Wait. It's time to start refreshing with On2Cash. That's right, we convert your traffic. Via a smart link, we receive your traffic and that of many others. Within no time, we filter it. Country, provider, platform, Ah, that's a clear profile. Our algorithm makes sure your traffic goes to the advertiser that earns you most. We've even got our own in-house and exclusive offers. Huh. Refreshing just became even more fun. Oh, and do you need help? We're there for you, whatever you need. So start to refresh with 1-2 Cash.
Clear. So how smart are smart links? There are a lot of companies around with a smart link. There's even a lot of companies that actually never really invested in a smart link, are just an affiliate network and say, oh, everybody has a smart link, let's create one. I even saw smart links when we were testing smart links that are basically not smart at all. They just see, oh, this is this type of traffic, it goes there. Not based on a lot of information, not smart at all, and completely not self-learning. The success of a smart link depends on the inventory, of course. So if you choose a partner to work with for smart link, you need to figure out if they have the right offers, because yeah, how smart is a smart link if not the right offers are behind this network? Of course, the network has to have the right deals with advertisers, the best payouts, but also exclusive offers. And this is an important one. How deep goes that identification part and the segmentation? How deep, how smart is that smart link, and how smart is that algorithm? That is very important in choosing the right partners. So yeah, actually what I said, some smart links don't go deeper than county or just traffic type in segmentation. That's all they do. So never bet on one smart link provider. I mean, it's great if you want send all business only to me, but I wouldn't do that. I would test them all. I would try to figure out what are the right partners. Sometimes we are great in a particular geo and segment, and another company is doing great elsewhere. So keep checking your favorite smart links, test them out. You can be smart with that. So always test a few solutions and keep following the performance. Segmentation and targeted offers determine your targeting and then determine your waste. So what traffic segments does your traffic support? And does it convert in all those segments? So the first step you have to do is look in the traffic that comes in. All the traffic that comes in, is that all traffic we can convert? Where's the waste? Identify the waste. That's where you start working with the smart link. Once you determined which traffic you can't convert or can't convert very well, like unbillables, you can start connecting with smart links. Few examples of waste. If you sell an Android app, you can't convert on an iPhone. Very simple one. Look into that. If you convert with direct carrier billing, Wi-Fi traffic will convert 8 to 10 times less than 3 or 4G. So maybe there are other opportunities for that traffic. I know you all go to a CPC network and say, oh, please send me 3G traffic, but there's always Wi-Fi traffic coming in. If you don't deliver in India, Indian traffic will not convert on your website. That was an e-commerce example. So traffic cost and targeting. If this is just an example about how you can do a lot with media buy and a smart link. Buy traffic without any targeting, like world traffic, it will be as low as this, what you pay for a click. The more specific you go, if you want German traffic or you want German 3G traffic, the more expensive the traffic gets. So a smart way to buy traffic is to be not too segmented and not too specific and just buy everything and just make it work everywhere. If your product converts best on German mobile 3G Vodafone traffic, you could pay €5 CPM, or you could buy all the traffic way cheaper and convert the waste with smart links. How it works, basically, just an example of a setup for a content provider. You have traffic on your site. You look, oh, what device is actually coming in? Do I support this device? Is this a, I don't know, a feature phone or some device my product actually can't convert? Then I can say, whoop, goes to a smart link. Is it the right country? Do I cover the country? Or in case of you're an e-commerce website, do I actually deliver in this country, or do I have a local payment method? If not, goes to a smart link. But even after that, if they hit your own offer, and if you convert them, then still you could upsell to another offer. If you want, of course. It's a very aggressive method, but with some products it works. If it didn't convert, you can still cross-sell to a smartlink by using a backlink. And we go to the next one. Few examples of redirecting traffic is, first of all, on the level of your web server, you could also see like, okay, this is traffic I really don't want to, I don't even want to give bandwidth to these guys. So you can send that traffic away straight on server level and say, sorry, Indonesia, I don't do any business with you. It goes straight to a smartlink solution. The browse back button script where you were already referring to, it's a piece of JavaScript. It's this short, it's nothing. You just copy and paste it on any place where the user obviously makes the decision to not going to subscribe to your service. It wants something different. It hits the back button and you can send him back, but you can also catch up and send him to something else, to a smart link, because maybe they don't want a product. Maybe they want to win an iPhone or something else. Works. Age verification exits. Personally, I was amazed by the first publisher who tested it. It's the simple adult page that says, are you 18, yes or no? And yeah, a lot of content providers sent the no traffic to Google, some very creatively to Disney. But actually, if a 14-year-old boy hits the button yes, he wouldn't hit the button no. I mean, if somebody hits the button no, I'm not 18, it's commonly somebody who is not interested in porn at all. So it doesn't mean they don't want anything different. They don't want Disney. Maybe they want to win an iPhone or something else. Send that traffic to a smart link. That's smart. And it's a safety net for capped offers. Sometimes you have to cap your traffic. It's like this operator wants only 700 sales a day, and you can, the traffic keeps coming in, but you already hit 700 sales a day. Where to send the traffic to? Well, hopefully you have an alternative offer, but if you haven't, then this is a great safety net. There we go. Another interesting one is use it to optimize your traffic. Instead of creating landing pages, finding the best offers, some publishers are just running traffic straight to smart links. They let the algorithm do all the heavy lifting. They are going to look for the right offer. You don't have to spend the extra offer to test. You rely on the smart links algorithm to do the optimization for you. You don't need to create landers. You don't have to constantly search for top offers. Just test and see what works in this market or in this segment, and we'll get back to you with feedback. So to an advertiser, how we work with the smart link, because that's a very regular question from advertisers. If my offer runs in a smart link, getting all this exit and waste traffic, how do you deal with that? We leave that up to the advertiser. So an advertiser can come to us and say, I want all kinds of traffic, but we can also exclude this remnant traffic, of course. So an advertiser can say, we don't want smart link traffic, or an advertiser could even say, dear Leon, I only want handpicked publishers or sources. I don't want to be on your full network, on your marketplace. So this is how we work with the smart link to advertisers. It's up to the advertisers to make the choice in the end. To publishers, simple. We connect top converting publishers with advertisers. We have in-house and exclusive offers. Our powerful self-learning algorithm finds the best converting traffic for best converting offer for your traffic. We give a 5% lifetime bonus on the revenue of your referrals. And we have a very personalized service, because working with a smart link is also very stupid if you don't have an account manager who talks to you, who gets back to you and say, what did convert, what works, etc. Because, okay, you make money with a smart link in a segment you normally don't cover, but maybe you want to cover it. Maybe you want to connect Indonesia. Maybe it works. So maybe you just want to know how we did it. And of course, that's possible. Just sign up. That's it.
Excellent, thank you. Oh, there we are. Excellent, thank you, Leon. That was very interesting. We'll have a little discussion about some of the issues raised there and answer some of your questions as well. We're joined by Emily Krause from Digital Virgo, huddled in the corner there. just to give the good people here some context, Emily, if you could just explain what Digital Virgo does so we know where you fit into all of this.
Well, Digital Virgo is in some countries a content provider, in other countries a billing provider, in other countries everything. But in what we do is we have all of our advertising in-house, and we have the chance to have a big expertise in-house because advertising, as they explained it very well, you have to be clever about it. The microphone. And so yeah, and we have the chance to have this knowledge and expertise, and here I am to bring
to answer everybody's questions about advertising. Before I throw it open to the floor, there's a few things that sort of came up out of that. A lot of the session previous to this was talking about the sort of disconnect in the affiliate marketing value chain, and we've heard a lot in the past 2 days of the problems with fraud and all the rest of it. One thing that occurred to me while Leon was doing his presentation is, does redirecting people through smart links just add another layer of complexity? It's just another load of publishers and advertisers you have to police and understand. And how do you deal with that? It's for you, Leon.
For you.
That's for me. Well,
initially for you.
Well, we see everybody's working on fraud protection, and fraud protection is also, of course, very smart. But you can also deal in a smart way with it by sending the traffic away to something safe. So you can say, okay, my system detects this credit card is maybe like it has a high fraud score. Maybe send it to an offer, send it away to an offer which converts in a different way, and also try to figure out if it's a bot or it's a real person. Sometimes you can't be sure. Your fraud score says this is a false email address or a false credit card, or we're not sure about it. You don't want to take the risk. You don't want to take the subscription. You can send it away. It's also kind of waste, but it's challenging, and it's technology that helps working with this.
Is it also a way of converting dodgy traffic?
Yeah,
so you
absolutely.
can monetize things that are just not necessarily typically seen as I mean, obviously not bots, but sort of.
No, not bots, but human beings that come from suspicious sources, or it feels weird. The fraud score says there's something wrong with it. You can send it to a smart link that can deal with it. Send it to a lead gen campaign. If it's a real person, he might win a prize and sign up to some email campaign, and you get an extra euro. And if you do that on a daily basis, it can be quite a lot of extra euros. Normally, you just send it away, and in this case, you just make money out of it. So it's a lot of easy money. But of course, it's very important that the traffic network helps you with sending it to the right source. I mean, if you block it for carrier billing because we think it's a suspicious attack on the payment page, we shouldn't send it to another payment provider.
Yes.
So yeah, that's it.
Okay, and one other thing while we're talking about the smart links, they sort of act as a filter. They filter out waste or traffic that's not ideal for that initial offer, and you re-offer them. Does that then also produce waste traffic? I mean, is there anything you can do with that? Can you keep passing an ever smaller amount of waste traffic back through smart links, milking every last cent out of it?
Yeah, unless it's really useless traffic, like real waste would be a bot, or like it's not human, or it's completely 100% sure, wordless, fraud, and very risky. Then you just send it to what we call the black hole. Just don't do anything with it. Just don't touch it.
So it all passes through the smart links, and what you're left with at the end is really just.
Oh yeah, we also filter
rubbish.
on what is really waste and throw that away. We don't want to bother our advertisers with it. Not even anybody. No, of course. It's not going to convert anyway. So.
No, it's a good way of sort of filtering things out. Karen, you sort of touched on sort of how to sort of monetize traffic in other ways. Do you use smart links?
Yes, very much.
And does that sort of play a role at all in sort of fraud detection and for fraud prevention?
Well, the fraud and the smart links are two separate technologies.
Absolutely, but
yeah,
it will sort of filter stuff out though, won't it?
Well, first
In
off, I mean,
theory.
our smart links have been going for over 8 years, so that's pretty smart. You know, they're learning all the time, and they get more and more complex as the years go on, and the detection that we can actually do for the user gets more precise. But as far as using the smart links in the side of fraud detection, I really do see them as like two separate issues. Any click that comes through our platform is being detected based on the fraud detection things that we talked about. Now, whether that's going to a smart link or to a direct offer,
it's detected for
it's
fraud
still
first.
detected for fraud first. Yeah.
Okay. And Emily, do you use smart links in what you do?
We do mostly direct media buying on Google and Facebook. So we have obviously less unqualified traffic. But we do use SmartLink to redirect when, like we talked about the back button, etc. So yeah, obviously it's you find ways not to waste your traffic, because
like
buying traffic it's already quite expensive. So you better make the most of it.
Need to get the most out of it. Yes. So Karen, you talked sort of at the beginning of your presentation about sort of how to choose sort of media buying teams, how to choose networks. I was just wondering what sort of metrics you use to sort of compare and contrast them. How should someone decide which are the sort of affiliate networks for them? I mean,
yeah, I think it's like a lot of the stuff that I had in that presentation, not to repeat it, but like making sure you're working with people that are really specific to your industry.
But how do you sort of measure? How do you sort of compare? You might find two that are very similar. How do you sort of compare and work out who might be the best fit?
Obviously, testing against the other networks, I think, is something that everybody does. And kind of like the proof is in the pudding there as well. I mean, if you're able to get higher volumes of high quality users, there's also different objectives. I think some content providers really want to go for that high volume, and they're willing to be a little bit more lenient on the quality of the users. Others, we need to be going super high quality, which also is concerning a higher CPA. It's finding kind of the perfect mix that's going to work for your product.
At least that's sort of a process of not trial and error so much, but sort of educated guesses, testing, trying, tweaking. It's a constantly evolving process.
Yeah, for sure. And that's why also we give the traffic IDs, and we're transparent about where the churn is coming from, and the advertiser can decide are they okay with that, or yes, we want to turn off these traffic sources.
As a content provider, when obviously you don't have all the knowledge and expertise in-house, choosing an ad network, I mean, you have to be clever about it, and the fact that you can give the publisher IDs, etc., helps on the content provider side to identify. You can calculate the ARPU by network, but you can as well calculate the ARPU by publisher. And in fact, what you need from an ad network is that they listen to you, because as you said, different content provider will have different goals.
Results.
Yeah.
And we don't all look for the same thing. And being able to have all this data to compare and challenge the ad networks, it's key. And then you realize very quickly with the results who are a good fit for you and for your business.
Right. And what sort of role is sort of artificial intelligence and machine learning playing in affiliate marketing? I mean, it used to be sort of, it's a data-driven business, but there is a sort of element of sort of human input into it. Is artificial intelligence starting to increasingly drive how all the sort of, the traffic is filtered, the fraud detection, which campaigns, how the campaigns are run, and all that? What sort of role is it playing?
I think a really important one. I mean, if you want to call it predictive modeling or machine learning intelligence or artificial intelligence, the exact specifics that separate exactly which one is to another, I couldn't get into. But at least in our case, it's definitely been very much part of our technology for the past, I don't know, years. And that's the way that it's actually, you know, we're in a much different place we are today than we were 2 years ago. You know, and I made some reference that we were able to detect these 70,000 different patterns of bots. I mean, that was unthinkable a couple of years back, but, you know, using the artificial intelligence and making the machine smarter, it's amazing how much sharper you can get and really affect the quality of the traffic, or at least the filtering of the traffic, getting like really specific with who that person is and where they're going.
Because you also mentioned that sort of intelligence is sort of being sort of applied to creative optimization as well. Is that just in which creative is distributed, or is it actually playing a part in what content is created?
No, this is more around, so like we know based on your banners and your landers that have the highest impact on your conversions, this can be calculated in the moment to be sure that you're always sending to that particular audience the creative that works best in that medium.
So it's still a job for designers designing sort of cool things, and writers writing great content.
We still need the creative aspect.
I still got a job then.
Yeah, but just applying the technology to make sure that we're showing the right ad format with the right message to the right audience at the right time.
Great. And Emily, what sort of role does artificial intelligence play in your end of the business?
It is super important. You also refer to human interaction, of course, and yeah, it's good to talk to advertisers and publishers, have a call, etc. But there's so much interesting data you can take in to make everything better, to make it really optimizing, like feedback about subscriptions, about churn, about unsubscriptions. There's all kinds of feedback. It's impossible to call every advertiser every week, like, how is it going? But you can get all this data in automatically. You can share data to find patterns of fraud. There's so many possibilities to improve it. In advertising technology, this is absolutely endless. And the fun part when it comes to banners, to creatives, is that we can also find data to optimize the experience of the user. Like you can, with information from phone distributors, for example, you can figure out how long a person is going to read an article and where is the point it is interesting to display a banner. Where is it the least annoying to show an ad, and how is it most relevant? And I mean, I'm a bit older, and it used to be a world where you watched commercials that were completely irrelevant and annoying. Now, most websites, and it's getting better and better, you see ads that are really, oh, that's interesting. It's not annoying. It's no bullshit. It's not somebody trying to sell something to me for kids while I have no kids or something like that. It's actually getting more and more interesting for the advertiser because he can find the right audience, but also for the user, like, oh, fun, just a little banner, nothing wrong. It's pretty interesting. It used to be very different.
It did. Yeah, and it's definitely an improvement. Emily, what impact has artificial intelligence had on what you guys do?
Well, I guess it impacts our everyday life and on so many levels. And we use a lot Google Analytics, for example, to understand and study the behavior of our customers, and which is very important, obviously. So I guess, you know, I won't be able to say it.
Artificial intelligence.
is playing a role on so many levels, as a content provider, as an ad network, as a billing provider, obviously. Yeah,
excellent. Right, I know lunch is certainly on my mind. Are there any questions for our lovely panel from the audience?
Jarvi loves it. Not me.
I'm Jarvis Toddwell, Telemedia. Just a very quick question. In the previous session, the guys were talking about the need for affiliate networks to start sharing information. And I know, Karen, you talked about building your own whitelists and blacklists. So I just wondered, is there any kind of appetite in your business to share that information with partners, or do you keep that in-house just for your own benefits?
To share, I don't
Share
understand.
information on blacklists. Do you keep that for yourself, or do you?
Well, I mean, they're individual for each individual. Advertisers are they're gonna know that one publisher might work fantastic for one offer and not convert at all on another. The whitelist and blacklist doesn't have to be about fraudulent traffic. This can just be about traffic that really works really well on your offers or doesn't work at all on your offers. Yeah, but where we kind of were getting to in the last session was like the breakdown of communications between kind of the compliance guys, the aggregators, the operators, and there I do think there's an opportunity to work better together, sharing the data or sharing the information so that we're able to build the business back up. Yeah, for optimizations.
Great. Anyway, anything to add? It's probably said audience. Any other questions? Lovely. Well, I think
Let's eat.
It's been a long morning. I think we've worked these people hard enough. So thank you very much, all three of you. So we could show your appreciation for our lovely panel. And thank you all for attending. And yeah, see you soon.
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you, Paul.